おはようございます、皆さん。今日はまたの
Welcome, everyone, to another Library of Ohara Direct. In this presentation, we will share an early look into new projects for the Library of Ohara site and channel, and what you can look forward to for our content in 2021. I assume most of you likely already know, but this year marks my 6th year of creating content for the One Piece community. Most of that time was spent creating content for my website, thelibraryofohara.com, but in the past year, I finally started to more seriously expand on YouTube. The Library of Ohara website has kept growing as usual, but now even my YouTube channel has grown a lot, so I'd like to extend my personal thanks to all of you for your incredible support. Sometimes it can be difficult to keep up with both a site and a channel, both financially and time-wise, especially with all the health issues I suffer from, but your support has helped me make it this far, and that is something I will forever be grateful for. Thank you for all your support during all this time. So, all I can hope for is that you can look forward to and have fun with the upcoming projects headed for the Library of Ohara that we'll be announcing today, as well as all of my upcoming content for any future chapters and topics. For the coming year, content will continue as usual, with a constant stream of analysis on my site and videos on my channel. I also hope to finally start collaborating with other One Piece YouTubers and content creators in the near future. It's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I know it's been a long time coming and a lot of things have gotten in the way of it, but it's still something I'm really looking for and hoping to do in the near future. I also should be able to attend the next YouTuber Reverie whenever that will happen, as long as I can make it, so I hope you can look forward to that as well. That said, with all of that out of the way, let's move on to the first big announcement of the day. To start things off, we have a much-awaited sequel to a beloved and successful fan project. Please take a look.
Mama!
Yes, a sequel to the very successful What If Kaido Wasn't Marineford fan manga is now in production, continuing the storyline right where the last chapter left off. Ricky Kong is already hard at work at producing it and should be finishing it soon enough. However, we've decided not to give it any hard release date to ensure that Ricky doesn't feel pressured and that he can work on the chapter at his own pace. It'll be ready when it'll be ready, but we can't wait to see what Ricky will be coming up with, so hopefully we'll all get the chance to read this new chapter soon. But did you catch that new unexpected guest showing up at the end of the trailer? Well, let's just say that this chapter might feature a few more unexpected surprises, so we hope you can look forward to it. Moving on, our next project involves something completely different, something we've never done before. I've partnered up with a good friend of mine who have made some great projects for this channel in the past to create something that isn't a digital creation, but something that is real. Please take a look. Yes, the Library of Ohara is finally releasing its own store. I've teamed up together with Professor Gemini, or Tina Fate, Tuna, or whatever other name she feels like going by now, who you might know as the artist of the fan manga we both created together last year, Return to the Reverie, to create a series of designs just for you. We've got posters, we've got shirts, we've got stickers, we've got everything you could want. The posters are of very high quality, the shirts are incredibly comfortable to fit in, and both last for a very long time, something I can attest to since I've been using this company for years for my own personal purchases, so I feel that they are a reliable service that creates high quality products. The posters are high quality prints that look absolutely stunning on a wall, and best of all of these products ship to anywhere in the world, meaning you can get them regardless of where you live. Earnings for this store are divided between the two of us, meaning you can help both support Gemini and I, as well as get yourself some really cool products at the same time. If you really enjoy the content produced on this channel or the artwork Gemini creates, then consider supporting us this way, as it goes a long way to allow us to keep creating content. Our first round includes a bunch of different designs, but we'll also be releasing new designs and models over time, so even more incredible artwork will be available in the future. But wait, there's more, because the Library of Ohara store opens today. Right after this presentation ends, the store will go live, meaning that you'll be able to order any products right away. A link to the store will be added in this video's description once this presentation concludes, as well as on any of my social media, so that you can get any of these products sent to you this very day. It was a lot of fun to create all these different products. It's our first time ever creating a tangible physical object as part of a project. It's something we've never really done before, but it was a really cool experience and we're really proud with how it came out. So if you want to help support us and make sure that we are able to keep creating content in the future, we hope you can consider checking out the store once the presentation is over. However, I'm sure most of you have tuned into this presentation for something else. I've been teasing this for the past few months, and it's something that I know many of you have been really looking forward to. My massive project about the One Piece treasure. However, while some of you might think that this is already quite a big project, I get the feeling that you might not be aware of how truly colossal this is. This is a project that has taken me years. Entire years to create, something whose scope and development time both span well beyond even some of my biggest projects, such as the entirety of Return to the Reverie. It's quite simply the single biggest project I've ever created in my entire life, and it's surreal to finally get the chance to finally announce it publicly, but I suppose at this point there's nothing left but to just show you. This is the biggest and greatest project I've ever worked on. Please take a look.
受け継がれゆく意志、時代のうねり、人の夢。人々が自由の答えを求める限り、それらは決してとどまることはない。
おい海賊王！あんたは手に入れたんだろ？あの伝説の大秘宝！
貴様、黙れ！
あの一つなぎの大秘宝！ワンピースをよ
富、名声、力。かつてこの世の全てを手に入れた男、海賊王ゴールド・ロジャー。彼の死に際に放った人とは、全世界の人々を海から立てた。
俺の財宝か。欲しけりゃくれてやるぜ。探してみろ。この世の全てをそこに置いてきた。
These were the final words of the late and great pirate king, Gold Roger. And it was these very words that ushered people to the seas to follow their dreams, in the hopes of finding the legendary treasure that Roger had left behind at the ends of the world, only known as One Piece. But while this holds true for the world the story is set in, the same holds true for the world where we read it from. To us, One Piece might just be an endearing tale that has impacted our lives, And yet, the mystery of the treasure allures us just as much as any of the pirates that seek after it in the story. Those final words uttered by Roger, or by extent the starting words uttered by Eiichiro Oda, that gave a start to the search for this treasure, for an answer to this mystery, both for the characters in this story and for us, his readers. And now, the events of the story are starting to mirror the events in real life. Much like how 24 years have passed since Roger first encouraged people across the world to search for his treasure, 24 years have passed since 1997, when these words were first uttered on the first pages of the manga. And just like in its story, the mystery has persisted across the decades. Even 24 years later, no fan has found a definitive answer to what the One Piece is. Fans and lovers of the series across the world have long since researched and speculated what this treasure could be, and yet, despite the efforts of millions across the world, no one has ever succeeded. Admittedly, whatever the One Piece is, it's inevitable that someone must have already guessed it. By sheer statistical probability, someone must have caught on to what it is. And yet, there is one thing that no one has ever achieved. That is something that sounds almost unrealistic. To speculate is one thing, anyone is capable, but to prove it is another thing entirely. This is the holy grail for any One Piece fan, something that so many have tried to achieve. It's something that no one has been able to fully prove yet. And yet, just like Luffy's dream, for how impossible it may sound, I was always drawn to this objective. Just like the scholars of Ohara, the desire for knowledge urged me to discover the truth. I wanted to achieve that which no other in this community ever has. To not just speculate about what the One Piece is, but to prove it. Do something unprecedented and to be the first to crack this colossal mystery that no one has been able to surpass. In a sense, my dream really isn't that different from Luffy's. But I had realized that there was a reason why no one had been able to fully crack this mystery before. And that is because the amount of time, research, and resources necessary to achieve such an impossible feat would be astronomical. To achieve something as massive as to crack the very core mystery of this series is something that would require years of work, endless hours of studying, researching, and considering every single little possibility to an unreasonable degree. It's not something that any rational human being would even consider doing. But I did it, because I realized that was the only way to achieve such a goal. I decided to be patient, and dedicated myself to this impossible task. The days became weeks, the weeks months, and the months years. For years, years, and years. All while I kept working on other things and moving through life, I have slowly been researching the secret of what the One Piece is. But I had realized from the start that even if I would ever find what the One Piece is, there was no way I could prove what it is on its own. What I mean is that to understand what the One Piece is, you can't only understand what the treasure itself is. You need to understand its context. Because everything in One Piece is connected. And the One Piece is not something that exists on its own. It's something that exists as a cause of something, for a reason, for an objective, for a purpose. All of this is interconnected with the larger mysteries of the series. I would have to uncover every larger mystery in the series. And that's exactly what I did. It took 5 years. From 2016 to 2021. And now, after all that effort, after 5 entire years of research, I found the answer. And most importantly, I found proof. I uncovered the true history, and I discovered what the One Piece is. The true history is a massive One Piece theory, the biggest that anyone has ever created, releasing as a series of episodic videos that will provide answers for all the major larger mysteries of the series, all to lead to the final answer of what is the One Piece treasure. The true history is a project I've been working on for the past 5 years. Yes, 5 years for a One Piece theory. When I started this journey, I was 17 years old, the same age as Luffy when he started his journey, and throughout those 5 years, almost a fourth of my entire life, I've been working on this colossal project. In fact, if you've been following me long enough, you might even recall that I first announced this project all the way back in May of 2016, and I have mentioned it a few times again across the years. However, the reason it's taken this long is because of how massive of an undertaking this ended up being. I wasn't satisfied with just working for a bit to come up with some interesting possibility. I wanted to truly prove the answer to this mystery, but I realized that required years and years and years of theory crafting, researching, studying, and hard work beyond what anyone else would ever put. I really can't understate the literal thousands of hours that this project has taken me, but after all these years, it's finally about to reach completion. But how exactly is this project going to work? Well, essentially the whole project is going to be a series of episodes, each tackling a major mystery, releasing week after week for a period of time. Each episode will provide answers to some of the biggest questions in the story, such as what is inherited will, who was Joy Boy, what are the ancient weapons, what is the dawn of the world, etc, etc, all culminating on the final massive episode revealing what the One Piece is. The exact number of episodes is still not clear since I'm still debating how to exactly split some of the major topics, but I'm going to format it in a way that each video feels extensive, filled with reveals, but also comfortably paced so it doesn't feel like you're being bombarded with too much information all at once. Similarly to my previous project on this channel, Return to the Reverie, each episode will be premiering over the course of a few weeks, and we'll be hosting a live premiere where you'll be able to join and watch it alongside all of us, all at the same time. And if you're not a fan of video formats, then don't worry, because the whole thing will also be made available in a more traditional theory text format on my website. So regardless of how you like to consume your theories, whether it's through YouTube videos or old school theory text posts, you'll be able to enjoy this project. However, there might also be another problem for you, and I understand it very well, that not all of you might want to watch this project due to fear of spoilers. And I want to make completely clear, obviously this is all speculation. I'm not Oda, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm being cocky or arrogant and that I think I'm the best theorist ever that knows everything. Of course not. This is all just for fun, and I hope that none of my language has come off in any way that sounds as arrogant or like that I am completely right. However, I have spent, 5 years of my life in this, and I feel very confident about what I found. And ever since I've been teasing this project, I've had a massive amount of comments telling me that they don't want to see this video because they fear my predictions could potentially be true. Even a likely prediction, even if it isn't guaranteed, could be a potential spoiler for the end of the series in the eyes of many, and some folks just want to wait until it's revealed more naturally within the story. And I perfectly understand that, so don't worry, you don't have to unsubscribe, because I'll be very careful with any potential spoilers and I won't include any major spoilers in titles and thumbnails, or in other separate videos. For example, I've already talked about before what I think the D stands for. I literally have a video with that thumbnail on it, so I feel like stuff like that are pretty popular theories or stuff that is relatively harmless, I will maybe include those in thumbnails, but when it comes to actual big spoilers, especially when it comes to the final video about the One Piece, I'm going to be as spoiler neutral as possible, so don't worry about it, and please don't unsubscribe, I love you. And for anyone saying, but if you find out what it is, won't Oda change the ending? Then don't worry, because Oda confirmed in a recent interview that even if a fan were to guess the ending, he won't change it, since it has always been the same since the very start. So, no worries about that, I won't be affecting the actual series if that was ever a concern. And like I said, if you don't want to be a part of this, I totally understand. However, if you're willing to take this journey with me, then I promise you won't regret it. I don't intend to just casually talk about these theories in a very straightforward and simple manner. I'm going to be making this an incredible cinematic experience, an emotional and moving journey of videos that will make you truly understand the brilliance of the One Piece, and the brilliance, of course, of Oda's writing. The video I made about Luffy's true dream a few months ago, which by the way, if you haven't watched, I'd highly recommend since it's somewhat of a prologue to the true history, and it gives you a small taste of what you can expect. And if you thought that was already incredibly emotional, cinematic, and convincing, then the true history will be even greater than that and will be something that I swear will make you feel proud to be a One Piece fan. I truly believe this is the most ambitious project I've ever created and something that you will never forget. But if you don't believe me, then that's fine, you don't have to take my word for it. Watch the videos and you can be the judge on if I was right or not. If I was wrong all along and if you felt I was overhyping it, then fine, I'll take the loss, but I hope you can at least give it a chance and judge it for yourself. But that leaves us with one final question. When will it release? Well, the project might have taken years, but it's practically almost complete. All the research and the basic scripts are all done. I already know the answer to every mystery, it's just a matter of editing it all together into videos, and since we're talking about a colossal content of videos, the whole thing might go beyond 3 or 4 hours even when combining all the episodes together, so it might take a little while to edit all of those videos. I hope you understand that I really don't want to rush this project, I really want it to be as good as it can be, so I want to take my time and make sure that it ends up becoming the magnum opus I've worked so hard for all these years to create. That said, on the other hand, I don't think it will take that much, and I am expecting to be able to release it this summer. However, like I said, it's not a perfect guarantee, I don't want to make it a absolutely guaranteed date, but most of the work has been done and I want to fully devote myself to completing this project right now, so have confidence that you can expect it in the near future this year. If you want to make sure not to miss it, then be sure to subscribe or follow me on social media to ensure that you can be notified of when it comes out. So, while it might take a little bit for it to come out, I hope you can be patient enough because I assure you that it's going to be the most incredible, gripping, cinematic, and emotional of journeys that will celebrate everything that makes One Piece so special and show you how One Piece has truly changed the lives of so many people. So, I'll see you then when we're finally ready to undertake this journey to the ends of the world. And until then, I only have one final thing to say.
One Piece は実在する!
Once again, as a reminder, the Library of Ohara store will be going live right after the end of this presentation, so please head over to the description below to check it out and consider helping support us. And beyond that, I hope you can look forward to all these projects, and I hope to see you once the true history finally releases later this year. Thank you all so much for all your incredible support. It means a lot, and for all the struggles and difficulties that come with handling both a website and a channel, you guys really make all of this worth it. So thank you, and with all of that said, I hope you have a fantastic remainder of 2021. See you next week, and thanks for watching. ありがとうございました。